Hi, I'm Tom Loucks, Wisconsin Rapids Community Media Coordinator here for the city of Wisconsin Rapids. And we're out at Witter Field. As you can see, the baseball field's right in the background here. And we're going to be talking about a 5K walk and run that's going to be happening in June. We're actually at where the staging grounds are going to take place. I have Matt Zakowski here from the Y. He's the operations director. We're going to learn about it so you guys can register, get down here. I think we have a little bit, almost a month away from the event. So Matt, let's talk about the event, what it is, when it is, and the staging grounds, and then we're going to actually move around to a few different locations. So go ahead, Matt, tell me a little bit about it.
Tom, this is actually this will be our third running of the Bridge to Bridge race. There's really three things that everyone needs to be aware of this race. Number one is that the proceeds benefit our chronic disease programs at the YMCA, specifically our Livestrong program. Livestrong being a program for cancer survivors to assimilate them, leading into a healthy lifestyle. Number two, this race really is a celebration of the YMCA, our 60 years in this community being a health provider, and really just all the great things that the YMCA does for the community. And lastly, it's about the city of Wisconsin Rapids, really an outstanding showcase for the natural resources, its people. And this race course takes you along all the really historic and beautiful things of Wisconsin Rapids.
All right. Well, what a beautiful day out. It's Tuesday, month of May, and we're talking about this beforehand, and we hope the weather's just like this in June. This is the staging grounds, you're telling me, right around in this area. What time does things start? When do people need to arrive for this event? And give me a date and time so then they can put it on their calendars.
Tom, the day of the race is Saturday, June 16th. The race begins at 8 a.m. And the Bridge to Bridge event is a component of the Blossom Fest. The Blossom Fest being an incredible assortment of activities during that weekend, and we kicked that Blossom Fest event off. After the race, there's a carnival right by the river that you can bring your kids to. There's a car show right on the West Grand Bridge. Later in the day, there's a music festival at Robinson Park. And then on Sunday, you have the Wisconsin Marching Band. I mean, you can't make that up. So the Bridge to Bridge is a leading event of Blossom Fest. And the race itself begins right at 8 a.m. So it's early enough where you have the whole weekend to plan and be a part of this other activities. We have our registration and post-race refreshment tables established in this field right behind the camera, Tom. It's probably good that the participants get here probably about 7 a.m., maybe even a little bit early. We have our pre-registration. You can register and pick up your race number from 6 o'clock till 7:45.
Alrighty. They want to register. You can register now. Is that correct?
You can register at active.com. Okay, so you go in there and type Bridge to Bridge. That's the best way, the easiest way to register. You can also go to one of our two locations on Pepper Avenue in our Port Edwards location.
Alrighty, they'll help you along. What are we looking for amount of people that will be coming out here participating in the event? Is there going to be quite a bit? Or is there a certain number that you're looking for, goal?
That's an excellent question, Tom. Our goal this year is to get 200 participants. So we're looking at 200 participants being a combination of walkers and runners, of course. And let's not forget, a big part of this morning is our kids' obstacle race. That race is for kids 10 years and younger. The highlight of that, the kids do one loop inside the ballpark, and then they come out into the field. We have some high school students from area high schools helping me set this event up, and we're going to give the kids a show they won't forget. So that's a big part of the event. That race starts at 9:30. So we have the Bridge to Bridge at 8, the kids obstacle race at 9:30.
Alrighty, well, it sounds like it goes fast, and you want to get here about 7:30 in the morning. Again, that's the 16th of June. Is that correct?
That is correct.
We got 60. That's the day before Father's Day, I'm thinking. So I think it'll be a great weekend to get together. Even if you have people that are from out of town, they can join. If they can't run, they can walk, right?
We have about, I would say, out of our participants the last 2 years, Tom, about 40% of them are walkers. So it really is again, a great showcase for the city, and it's just a beautiful morning to come out and be part of this.
Alrighty. Well, Matt, we're gonna take you. We're actually gonna take you guys to a location that's gonna be a bit of a detour this year because of East Riverbank construction. So we're gonna go down by Hill Street, talk about where that detour is going to be, and then we're going to go over to the bridge. So we're actually going to go on the course so you guys get to see what it looks like, and there'll be safety all the way on that day, the 16th. I'm sure the PD are going to be there to help with blocking traffic if needed and stuff like that. So you guys will get a chance to see right where we go. Any other questions, Matt, before we take a hike down?
Tom, one of the great things about this event are the 30 volunteers that'll be on the course in conjunction with the police department to provide our participants a first-class and safe race experience. These people, a lot of them are YMCA members, enthusiastic, big-hearted, and they're just a huge part of this event, and really make it enjoyable and fun for the participants.
Alrighty, well, let's go take a trip down to Hill Street, get a little bit of information from there, and then head over to the bridge.
Sounds good, Tom.
All right, we'll see you guys out there. Well, I want to welcome you back to Making Connections. I'm here with Matt Zakowski of the Y. We wanted to come to another vantage point in this race. We are at the corner of Mead and Hill. And Matt, you're going to tell me how they come down this hill. And this is kind of almost the beginning of the race. Is that right?
Tom, we start right at Witter Field, just where we were at before. And the participants will come on down Mead Street. And as Tom mentioned earlier, because of the East Riverbank Improvement Project, there's been a few adjustments in our course this year. So as the participants come down Mead Street, they'll take a left on Hill Street and go right towards the expressway. And really, the course itself, about 90%, Tom, is pretty much the same, but there's one big difference. The participants will be going clockwise this year instead of counterclockwise as they did the first 2 years. Really pretty much the same race, but a different perspective.
Well, it sounds like a fun race. So we're going to be running down this way. There's a stop sign right down there. I'm not sure what road that is. And they're going to take a right, is that correct, and go across by the hospital? Is that where we're?
Nope. What we're going to do here is the runners take a left on Hill Street, go past Chestnut, that's the first stop sign. Then they run all the way to the second stop sign, which is Dewey, go past Dewey, and then they go upon a little grassy, probably about 20-yard area right onto the expressway sidewalk towards the bridge.
That's right. The expressway is right over there, and then they'll go right over to the bridge, which we're going to go stop by next, and we might even catch a little bit of that new construction that the city is doing on the East Riverbank, and that's why we're changing the perspective of the course. Otherwise, we would have been going down Jackson Street otherwise. Is that right? We'd have been going counterclockwise instead of clockwise. So let's get a vantage point over there. But before we do that, just so you guys understand, a 5K, we were talking about this before we were on camera. How long is a 5K, so people are interested in that?
Tom, a 5K is exactly 3.1 miles.
All right, so 3.1 isn't long. You can walk it or run it. And if you're just tuning in, you got a chance to register starting now all the way up to the race. Is that correct?
Race day registration all the way through June 16th. You can register again on active.com right up till race day, correct.
All right, well, we're going to go to a different vantage point here, get an idea what it looks like from atop, maybe by the bridge, and see some of the cars over there. But again, safety will be in mind. You'll always be on an area that isn't going to cause any trouble of walking or running. Usually the race takes about an hour and 15 minutes, I believe.
I would say, going on what we've done the past 2 years, Tom, the runners primarily get in anywhere between, the really fast runners get this thing done in 20 minutes. And on the average time, if you have a runner this hasn't really trained for, probably a half hour. The walkers usually wrap things up within an hour.
Alrighty. Well, let's hope for nice weather like we have today, a month almost before this interview. Again, you can go to either 2Y locations to register or go to active.com. And we're going to see you out at another vantage point and hopefully go to a couple more after this. I want to thank you again for joining us here on Making Connections. Stay with us and we'll talk a little bit more about the race and why it's so important to the Wisconsin Rapids area. I want to welcome you back to Making Connections. Again, I'm Tom Loucks. I'm here with Matt Zakowski of the Y, and we're at another vantage point for this 5K race. Looks pretty familiar. We're on the Expressway Bridge. You can see this beautiful river behind us. We can't miss that, and these runners and walkers are going to be able to see that. So tell me a little bit why we're coming across this way this year versus the other bridge, but we always have crossed this bridge in the past.
This has always been the bridge, Tom, where the runners, it was a second bridge, and then they would end up, take a left on 3rd Street and go back to Witter Field. Because of the East Riverbank project, we have to cross this bridge first. So the participants get on Hill Street, where we're just at, get on the expressway sidewalk, and then they go over the expressway bridge first.
Alrighty. Well, the participants will have a chance to see quite a bit going on as they walk by. Probably having a few people honk their horns just like us here today.
I would say the view as the runners and walkers go over, it really is spectacular, Tom. I've done quite a few 5Ks in my lifetime, and I don't think I've ever participated in any race 5K where you cross over 2 bridges. So really, it's just the scenery is incredible, and it makes the race truly unique.
All right, well, this is really our 3rd stop. We'll count the beginning as 1 stop. We're going to go down to the bridge, or not right at the end of the bridge, and then over onto the trail. You can probably see that in the background. And we'll talk a little bit about some of the sponsors that make this event happen. We want to surely mention those. It's very important. And we'll just kind of sum up there, and we might get a chance to go back by the Jackson Street Bridge as well. We'll see if our time allots that here in the show. If there's anything else from this vantage point, we know it's loud out here. We're right on the main thoroughway of Rapids, but we wanted to give you this chance to see out here. So.
Absolutely. This race is yours, Wisconsin Rapids, so come on out Saturday, June 16th, and be part of it.
Well, Matt, as the walkers and runners walk down and run down this trail, they'll have a chance to see this beautiful nature that you had mentioned before. Nice trees. Right now we're in the middle of May. The green is popping out now, but by June 16th, this will all be here, and hopefully it's an 80-degree day, but cooler in the morning because we don't want all that heat. But you're going to be going down by the River Block building, and there's a wooded trail there, and that's where they're going to go by the bridge. Is that correct?
They go through the River Block wooded pathway, Tom, and then they take a sharp right over the Jackson Street Bridge to Veterans Park.
Okay, so they go to Veterans Park, but that's not the end of the race, is that correct?
It is not. They go through a Veterans Memorial Park, and then they cross East Grand, and right across from us is 2nd Street. That's where the participants will be making their way back to Meade Street and up to Witter Field. Okay,
so just so we have a path, are they going to be coming across the Jackson Street, and then you said 2nd Street they come up? So we can talk about that when we go over to the park. That'll be our last point. We'll get a chance to talk about the sponsor. But will they be going across this river anymore, or is this just the only vantage point of the river, the last piece of it?
Not really. When the participants get on 2nd Street, another outstanding view of the Wisconsin River. Really definitely one of the greatest resources we have in this area.
Yeah, so that'll be right over here is what we're saying, right by us here on 2nd Street, so they'll be able to see this. This road right here, is that 2nd Street?
That is 2nd Street, right across from our vantage point right now.
All right, you guys are seeing this right now, and as we're talking, you can see 2nd Street. You can't go wrong about seeing this beautiful view, and you'll get to see that, and the sun will be behind you actually because it'll be morning, so this will be really blue and nice. Hopefully we're not getting a rain, but even if it's raining, is this happening rain or shine? I should ask that.
Rain or shine, nothing will stop the bridge to bridge.
All right, bridge to bridge. We're going to go to our last leg of this race to show you guys. We're going to go to Veterans Park, and then Matt will talk a little bit how again it comes from there, hooks up and goes to 2nd Street and then back to Witter Field, and he'll share the sponsors of this event, why why that is so important. So catch us on the last leg, and we want to thank you again for joining us. It's a very important event that's coming up on June 16th at 5K Walk and Run, and we're going to leave you here from this red trail that Matt calls it the Red Trail. And we're going to go over there, so we'll see you over there. While we're standing in Veterans Park, you can see the bridge right across from us. They'll be coming across Jackson Street Bridge, right across from the little trail over by the River Block building, these 5K walkers and runners of this event on the 16th of June. And what a beautiful view here, Matt, that we get to see, and we're standing here. Let's talk a little bit about the last leg of the race as they're coming across the bridge, and then where do they go?
Tom, we referred this part of the race Amen's Corner. No, Augusta National has nothing on this. They really don't. So, as you mentioned, the runner and walkers will go through the River Block wooded pathway and then proceed over the Jackson Street Bridge and then cut right through Veterans Park here, cross East Grand Avenue, head down 2nd Street, and then back to Meade Street to Witter Field.
Okay, and that will be the last of the race right here, probably, what, about 2 miles, you're thinking, from where we started?
Exactly. The 2 mile mark is right as the participants get off the Jackson Street Bridge.
Okay,
right there.
So they would have about a mile and a little bit more than a mile left when they reach here. And there's probably is there a station here for people in this area for water or something if they feel like they need it?
Well, as I mentioned previously, our intention is to put a water station right in the park here. And what you have to remember on this, Tom, too, is when you get back on Meade Street, we never promised this would be an easy course. The participants will go right up that hill that takes you to Witter Field. It's a challenging course, but if you get through it, you've done yourself proud.
Alrighty. Well, let's talk and recap this event and then recap our sponsors. We talked at Witter Field where we were going to start this event. This is a 5K run and walk, but what is it for? So if you guys are just tuning in here at the end of this program of Making Connections, let's recap what it's about.
Tom, all the proceeds from the Bridge to Bridge event benefit the YMCA's chronic disease programs, our diabetes prevention, and our main focus for the race this year is in our Live Strong program. Live Strong being an amazing program for cancer survivors to assimilate leading a healthy and active lifestyle. So all the proceeds benefit those programs, those chronic disease programs. Great event for the Southwood County YMCA, this to recognize our 60 years in this community. And again, at the various locations you and I have been through, to really point out just the wonderful aspects of this city of Wisconsin Rapids. All three of those are huge things of this event.
Definitely. Well, anybody can register starting now as you're watching this program. They can go online as well at active.com, is that right?
That's correct, active.com, and they can come by our 2 locations on Pepper Avenue or our Port Edwards facility, or they can mail their registration to the YMCA as well.
All right, well, let's talk about the cost of the registration, and then let's mention the sponsors of this great event.
Tom, those 2 things go hand in hand. We simply couldn't have this event without our sponsors who really believe in what we're doing. And we have this year 2 headline sponsors. We have the First Weber Foundation and Solaris are our headline sponsors. And then right behind them, we have Mortensen Brothers, led by the indomitable Jim Mortensen. We have the Greg and Ann Santaga Foundation, Wilbur Ellis. We have some local companies involved in our event. Complete Control, Family Natural Foods, Del Monte, Polito's Pizza. We simply could not have this event without the sponsorship support. And the reason why it's so important, Tom, is that because of this, we're able to have a registration fee for this race, $15. So it's $15 right up through June 15. On race day, it's $20. The kids' obstacle run, as we talked about, $5, $10 on race day. So if you look at most races, you don't find most races with $15. $15, support a great cause, great route. We have a great post-race refreshment spread for our participants. We're just, very blessed to have this.
Well, that's going to be a weekend of events as part of Blossom Fest weekend as well. So you guys are kind of right in the heart of the operation over at Witter Field. We couldn't go wrong. You're going to see a lot of stuff happening downtown, not just this beautiful river, but there's going to be a lot of things that are happening. So what a great way to get out on a Saturday. And this is for a good cause as well. It's good for you as exercise the person or persons involved, as well as helping others raise money for this event. So $15 is all it costs, and you can do that right up to that day. You can go right up there and you guys will be there. Are you going to be there to the event that day?
Tom, I'll be there on my bike on various parts of the course. And I just may add this too, as far as the Bridge to Bridge event, when it comes to Wisconsin Rapids, I believe it's wake-up time. It's time for the people in the city to open your eyes to really an incredible, fun event. Come out here, race, walk starts at 8 a.m. You have the whole weekend to experience Blossom Fest and do what you have to do. So we'd love to have you. Tom, I want to appreciate the time you're allowing me to do this as well.
Yeah, it's fun, and we had a chance to get out to several different locations on this race path, and something unique for our viewers to get a chance to see. And if you really want to see the map, again, you can download that. Is that right?
Yeah,
they can download that.
Absolutely, Tom. So what you need to do is go on our website, swcymca.org, or go on our Facebook page, look at that map, take a look at it, and you can see exactly what we're talking about. Or you can contact me personally at the YMCA. My direct number is 715-818-6012. And I'm there to help you any way I can.
All righty. Well, Matt, thank you for joining me today on Making Connections. Matt's the Program Operations Coordinator over at the Y. Serves probably both locations, very busy out and about. And Raquel will be marketing this a little bit as well over there. So we'll get this to her to get this out on your Facebook page as well as any website. If you're tuning in, catch us anytime on Charter Channel 985. Or on Solaris HD, our HD Channel 3. We'll have this available on our Facebook page. We'll have it available on YouTube. Pass it on to your friends. Let people know about the event. There's more people that come, the more money that's going to raise. It's going to go to a good cause and help. And why not do all of us a favor, even myself, and I need to get out and exercise. It's a win-win situation. Come on out. And I want to thank again Matt and letting him come out here for my show for the past hour and a half. What a beautiful day we got a chance to see. And we hope to catch you guys out on the race on that weekend on the 16th, June 16th. Mark your calendars. Again, I'm Tom Loucks for Making Connections on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. If you need to get a hold of me, call me anytime at 715-423-0443 or go to our website at WRCM.org. Hi, I'm Tom Loucks, Wisconsin Rapids Media Coordinator for the City of Wisconsin Rapids. And thank you for joining me on Making Connections, the episode in the month of June. Today my guests are the Cranberry Blossom Fest court, and we're going to learn quite a bit about them. I'm doing double duty today, so I'm actually producing and being the host, and I have my co-host, Lois Canton. So I'm doing a lot of buttons here in the meantime of actually interviewing, so if I have a few mess-ups, that's because of that. So
that's all right.
Anyway, Lois, thank you for joining me, and we're going to learn a lot about what's happening with you guys and what's going to happen here coming in June, so you people can register to be like one of you four. So Lois,
well,
let's learn about it.
It is exciting. The girls participate in a lot of things. That's part of what we're learning as the princess in court. And certainly being on television with you, to me, is a wonderful experience. And I love to have my girls, get every experience they can during the year that they're involved. And I'd like you to, we'll start you again, and your name, your age, and the school that you go to.
My name is Maya Hernandez. I'm 11 years old, and I go to St. Vincent's de Paul.
My name is Adriana Galvan, and I am 9 years old, and I go to St. Vincent de Paul.
My name is Isabel St. Myers. I am 9 years old, and I go to Washington Elementary School. My name is Taya Cassiani, and I am 10, and I go to Washington Elementary School.
Okay, girls. Well, I'm just going to mention, why they're here today, beside the experience of being on television, is that we're going to promote girls for this coming year to be in the Cranberry Fest. And I have some information here on a sheet that you can get at any school. It's gone out to all the schools in our area, and anybody can try out. You have to be ages 8 to 13 on or before June 14th, which is when the festival starts. It's the 14th through the 17th this year. And then you have to give a 1.5 or 2 minute presentation on cranberries. Now, did you study for it? Did you look online? Is that how you got it? And what did you like especially about talking about it?
Well, I like talking about how it can help people.
Mm-hmm.
Like my sister Mia.
Yes, tell us about that.
My sister Mia had this infection, and she drank cranberry juice, and it helped her a lot.
Now see, in cranberries, is Wisconsin Rapids in our area. We are, as I've said many times, the largest inland cranberry growing area in the world. Think about that. What did you enjoy about having the competition or looking up things?
Well, I liked that we actually got to make up our own little speech and share it in front of our judges. And my favorite part about that was probably that it can provide more jobs, so you can be like a farmer on cranberries, and it's really, really cool.
Yeah, that is very interesting, and that's why we should be promoting cranberries, because we do have that is ours. Okay. Anything?
Well, it helps people to learn about cranberries and to eat cranberries more and drink cranberry juice.
You betcha, and we promote that. Anything special you'd like to say?
Well, I think it's very interesting about just learning about cranberries or just studying them. It's just kind of a cool thing how people can work at the jobs with the cranberries and produce them and sell them to stores.
And it's really not much more beautiful than going out at a cranberry marsh when the cranberries are out there. I mean, that red spread is just, unbelievable to me. I mean, I think we are very lucky to be in that situation. Now, in preparing, which we're talking about here, giving that speech, and again, it's better if you have it memorized, but it's not end all, and it's given, you talk about cranberries, you can look it up, you can go out to Cranberry Marsh, and we will be having that on the 11th of June, of course, and it will be at 6 o'clock at night at the new Cultural Center location, which is in the old Johnson Hills building, which is across from the U.S. Bank. I have that listed in here because everybody doesn't know maybe, and going to the Cultural Center is a lot of fun in itself. They do so much. And we'd like to have gals come down. As I said, these are the Hill Show, because I didn't want to put it up in front of the girls. But this is at their schools. Every school has them. Yeah, good. And please sign up and join us. It's a wonderful experience. And I wanted to talk about, was there anything that was your favorite thing that we did?
My favorite part was when we got to vote on the sculptures.
Yes. Wasn't that just amazing? I mean, I love going there anyway. It's the Humane Society, which I love because I love animals. And yeah, and the sculptures are wonderful. And you had a chance, they had one vote amongst them, but still they're involved. I mean, that's the part of what I talk about that is so important for this program that we have. It is getting involved. It's learning to be kind to your community. Being interested in everything, being patriotic. I mean, these are wonderful things. I mean, we need that in today's world. And here's our young girls who are going to be going forward and just doing some, wonderful things in the world because they understand that they have to be committed. And I'm going to just say a few things that and some of the ones are ones that we did. Now, these are everywhere in town. I mean, I place them, in a lot of places. And we have so many things that we get involved in. And we start out, Thursday starts out with lunch by the river. And we went there and we had the cranberry guy with us. And you all look so cute. I mean, that was just a good time. Everybody wants to meet you. It's just, and I wanted to mention this one because I don't think I did before. And that's the second annual Central Wisconsin Literary Council book and bake sale at the Episcopal Church. I mean, that's a matter of people just getting involved. And then we went to the chalk. You're going to that or anything that we had. I mean, it was just fun. Yeah, I mean, I remember you were there. You enjoyed that.
It was really cool to see all of the people's talents and all their creations of the Loucks or things about that, or just different creations that they made.
Yeah, and that's the important, thing about that. And then we have the cinema under the stars that night too. And then
Lois, what's the movie going to be?
I don't know.
You don't know. All right. Well, it'll probably be some kind of related to family.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it's always a family film. And I don't know. I don't know that they've even chosen it yet. The people who choose it have not told me.
Okay.
Well, tisk. I don't know.
Well, did you guys get to go to that last year, the movie? Did you remember
Yeah.
what was it again?
It was the Loucks.
The Loucks. Okay, so that's why. And that's always a good movie to see. And then you get to sit outside, and then let's hope for good weather. Are you going again this year?
Probably.
Probably. Okay.
Yeah. Well, because it's fun, and it's fun to be downtown, and they have some good things to eat and drink down there too.
You bet. So
I mean,
good. And by then we'll know the next court. Is that correct?
Yes.
Because that's chosen on
the 11th,
on the
and we
11th.
start on the 14th.
We need. You four won't be doing it anymore.
I know it.
So we got to get at least 4, but we can have as many as you want, right?
Yeah. Well, we usually select 4.
Oh, but we could get 15 contestants.
Oh yes, I've had 20.
Yeah. So.
Well, I never know. I never know what's going to happen.
So more, come on out. All right, Lois, what else was happening?
I wanted to mention one of the things that they go to that we love, and that's the dairy breakfast. They have good things there, in my opinion. The pancakes are good. And you all went and helped, too. We helped clean up a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was good stuff, wasn't it? Remember the cheese curds?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's Wisconsin. You got to have a cheese curd or two. But you all went. We had a good time. And we had good pancakes. And they have syrup, and then they had ice cream afterward. You remember that? That they... and we had a chance to talk to all the people that were there. You were also good. You went out and talked to people. I mean, that was fun. And people want to see you. I mean, that's, foregone conclusion.
Oh, definitely. So you guys go out with the sash, the crown, right? So is it fun getting ready for that every time you go out and do some of these, put all this on? What does it feel like? I mean...
It kind of feels like you're heartwarming because you're excited.
Neat. And I guess ages 8 to 11, or 8 to 13,
8
excuse
to
me.
13. We have a broad range.
Yeah.
And that's so we get those girls that are in that age group that will go on to do something for their community. I mean, that's what we're, if they're getting involved in this, you're going to go on and do things. I mean, that's just wonderful. And I know you've all been involved in many things at school, band, in the Royal Band, and that's just great. I mean,
There's, it really has it helped you guys over the past year? Have you seen to be able to go out and meet new people and get a chance to be able to speak maybe in front of your class of your school a little bit easier? Does that help?
Yeah.
Doing some of this
A little.
a little. Gain new friends and things, and with this.
Yeah.
Do you get to ride? You were in a parade last year, and I'm sure we're going to talk about that's coming up here. The parade, which is towards the end of the festival.
Right.
But what did you? Where did they see you? Were you on a float or a car?
Well, it's kind of different every year because it depends on what supplies you have.
Depends on what I can
This
get.
year we were on a boat, and there were some people that helped us decorate it, and it was really nice.
Yeah. It's whatever I can get.
Yep.
We used to have a permanent guy, and then he moved. The nerve. But we'll have something again this year. But you girls were in that boat. That was kind of cool. I enjoyed that too. We should mention that there is a carnival in town. That's always, and we go down there. Do you remember going down by the carnival and all those places that are selling things? I don't know if we bought anything, did we?
I don't think
I can't remember. I think I bought something. They have just it's well worth going down there. And then on Saturday, we have Urban's Greenhouse Garden Party. And here's one that we don't participate in, but I want to mention it. And that's the YMCA Bridge and Two Bridge Run. That is on Saturday, and I want to promote that. That's for a really good cause. And then there's also the kids' obstacle run, and also it talks about festival eats and treats, and we do have a lot of people coming in. The Arts, Crafts, and Cranberry Fair, which is downtown. And then we have, I know we went to see the quilts.
Yeah.
Weren't they something?
Yeah.
The people can make those absolutely gorgeous things. And that's a way of promoting them, is by having that. They're at the Cultural Center also this is on Saturday. And then let's go down and see what else we have here. We do promote that Raptors game. And we may still get to one. I don't know exactly when it starts. But if we do, I will have you there. Because I don't know when it starts. I have to call the guy. Just passing out these, kinds of programs so everybody knows what's going on. And, of course, at the parade, we have the University of Wisconsin Band, which is, absolutely wonderful. I know I went to one Badger game one time, and I don't know, the band had gotten in some trouble, and they didn't have the band playing. What a loss. They are such a part of the community, and we get a chance, because you probably didn't hear them in the parade, but they do have that fifth quarter afterward at Veterans Park, and that's always a lot of fun. And we have also that day, Wisconsin Rapids aqua skiers are out there, and that's a big part of our community. They have a music fest up at Robinson Park. I'm going back to Saturday, and the parade, the kids fishing contest, is on Sunday at the East Riverbank. Do any of you fish? No, I don't either, but do you fish?
I do.
See? So to have the kids go down there and do that,
Yep, it's a fun time, and adults are down there to help out, and I think there's actually prizes there for
Yes,
people to win.
I'm sure there will be.
Yeah, if you get down there, you can maybe touch one of the fish. I don't know if you guys like to take it off the hook.
I like to eat them.
Yeah, me too. We all do.
But it's just a fun thing for the kids, and we have just so many things. I didn't mention this, which we did go to, the ice cream social and cranberry exhibit that is at the museum, and that's on Saturday. Wasn't it on Saturday? Yeah, and well, we went to it. And you were able to give out ice cream. I mean, I remember you putting out a lot of. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was a fun experience.
Yeah, and there's such nice people down there at the museum, and it gives us a chance to see everything that's going on there. And I mean, that's the museum, like everything else in town, just participates. I mean, that's what's so great about this.
Yep.
And their participation in it is, to me, an unbelievable thing to be doing.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great opportunity for you guys to get involved in, and I'm going to just ask a couple questions.
Yeah,
I'm
of
kind of
course.
curious from you guys. Right about this time last year, you heard about this. I'm not sure how you heard about it, if you heard it from your school or Lois or the Heart, but what made you guys, and I'll start here, what made you decide to enter, and when you got chosen, how did you feel?
Well, I felt happy that I got chosen to be something, and my sister Mia was in it last year before me, and it's kind of tradition, so I kind of went in her steps.
And then I'll go down the line, but what kind of tip would you give somebody that needs to do this presentation? Is there a tip that they should have that they be ready?
Well, you really should write about a lot about cranberries, and you could write about like how they can help you, or what they are made for, and what you can use them as.
Does it have to be memorized, or can you go up with
You can go up with a piece of paper.
but you have to do all the writing yourself? So.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you can do it on a poster if you want.
Nice. Okay, so imagination. How about you? How did you find out, and what made you once you found you were on the court,
Well,
or actually the princess? Sorry.
One night my mom told me that there was this program that we could do, so we could have an opportunity to go out and do a lot of fun things and make some different changes in the world.
Okay.
And my tip would probably be that you would want to memorize it. And when I got chosen, I was very excited because I put a lot of hard work into it, and that really made me happy.
All right, so if you guys are watching, you have time, and you have
Yes.
a couple weeks to prepare, so start now. How about you?
Well, it was cool to actually be on this, and it was a cool experience to like do all this fun stuff. And the tip I would give someone is research a lot about cranberries.
All right, so we definitely need to know a lot about cranberries. All right.
Well, when our mom told us about this program, I was really excited about it. And when we went there, I tried to memorize my thing. I memorized some of it, but then I had to read off a sheet of paper. But I got onto court, and I was really happy about it. And my tip would probably be you want to memorize it.
And that's a good thing. They talk about cranberries. They also talk about the culture, of our community. And you all did have something to say about our community. I mean, I remember well what they did, and they were all, absolutely marvelous speeches. And it's not such a scary thing, is it? I mean, you just go in there. I have some judges, and they're most qualified judges, as you can imagine. And between them, maybe a point. I mean, it's really, it's just the excitement of, I think, of being involved with cranberries. And to get your community and your surrounding communities. I mean, this is important in our time, Tom.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you guys, it's a learning experience to do this. As you know, I'm interviewing. Maybe someday you'll be on TV or
There you go.
BBC News. Who knows? You never know. But it's also going to help you in the interview process. We all have to interview for jobs someday.
Absolutely.
You are that far. You're already ahead of the curve, so you'll get the first job. So you're ready to go.
That's marvelous.
Yeah, I think that's very, very beneficial. So, but if you guys ever want to get involved in community media, which this is, you can learn this kind of stuff as well, because this is open also to the community to get out and film and learn events, photography, and that too. So keep that in mind. If you like photography, you like graphic design, you like computers, we provide that here, and you can share it to the public.
Yeah,
Do something
see?
like this on your own. Learn what I'm doing. I teach that a lot. So, Lois, is there anything we missed or that we need to talk about? I know we're getting close.
Well,
to
I just like to mention the people who are involved with me who are on the committee.
Yep.
It's Lois Zakowski, Helen Zimmerman, and Mary Beth Rokas. And I just want to say, if you want to call us, any one of us, if you need information, or if you want to call the Tourism Bureau, or go to the Heart of Wisconsin Center, and that's where you'll be turning them in. It gives you a place here to turn in the forms. And, if you just have any questions, and certainly call me beforehand. It's Cant 10, and when you look at it backwards, it's tin can. So,
That's right. I remember that.
yeah, so you won't forget to get a hold of me, because they all know how to do it.
Yeah.
But come and join us. You'll have fun. It's a good experience for you.
And is there any cost, Lois, to do this?
No.
Okay, so
No,
you
of
can't
course
go
not.
wrong. It's free. And
Yeah.
just get out there. You need to register, though, before June 11th. They can't just come. Is that
No,
right?
and we're asking that they give it to us before or on the 8th.
Okay.
Which is the
Oh.
Friday before the Monday that we're presenting it. And the reason I did that was because the public schools don't get out until the 8th.
That's right.
The parochial schools are out earlier.
Yeah, we're done tomorrow.
Yeah, see, they're done already.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, well,
So not everybody here, right? You
we
get to go out
didn't.
until
June 8th.
June
Yeah.
8th. That's because of all those snow days we had, right?
yeah, that's part of it. Well, and parochial schools start earlier too.
Yes.
Don't you?
Yes.
Yes, uh-huh.
Yeah.
So it's, however they see it.
Right.
But anyway, we do want anybody from any school, like you said, anywhere around.
Yep, anywhere in the viewing area or in central Wisconsin, anywhere. Ages 8 to 13 girls that could enter this. This is due Friday, June 8th. And if you need copies, you can see the numbers on the screen that you'll be able to see here. I'm flashing up on the screen that you're not seeing here, but you'll see. Or you can call the Heart of Wisconsin. Otherwise, call any of the four. Lois is the one here, and glad to call her. I'll just mention that number, 715-887-2875. She has all the information. Get you set
and
up, and glad to have
happy to give you. There's no obligation calling me. It's just call if you want to ask something.
Yep. Or leave a message if Lois is gone. So glad to help you. And
My
so
little girls.
I want to thank you for coming. It's good and glad you could come by and tell us all about the experience. It sounds like you had a lot of fun, and you encourage more to come out, right? Because there's only 4. There's a Cranberry Princess as yourself, and 3 in the court.
That's all we ever do.
So that's all we have. So, but if you could have 30 contestants, but that makes it more fun.
Oh yeah.
So-
I'm just hoping, because there's an experience to just being in the competition.
Yep.
I mean, first of all, it's learning about cranberries, about your community, And then it's just going through that, which is an experience in itself. You know, going through the competition and being excited about it and getting involved. Just getting involved. That's what life is all about.
Alrighty. Well, we're out of time, Lois. I want to thank you for coming by and sharing those experiences again with us and our audience as well. And I want to thank you guys for watching us on Making Connections this month of June. Thanks, Lois, for coming by again as being the co-host of this program. Enjoy you coming by every year talking about these great events. There's so much in these brochures that we had are available about anywhere. Library, Lois and the committee has passed those everywhere. It's online too. Go to blossomfest.com. Don't forget about that. That's
good.
where it all is too. So if you're online, go there. And that also probably has information too about this program for them. So if you can't get a hold of someone, midnight, 2 a.m., you can't sleep, you can always go online. It's always there. So again, I want to thank you. I'm Tom Loucks, Wisconsin Rapids Community Media Coordinator here for the City of Wisconsin Rapids, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, guys.